All right. First ever podcast, Harold and Leaire. I just welcome to the Emo Essence Podcast. This podcast is going to dive into the depths of human emotions and explore the essence of what it means to be human. We're also going to be talking about anything mental health related, anything sexual related, everything couples related. We just ready to begin into this journey. I'm yours, Harold.
And I'm your co host, Leaire. Together, we'll embark on a journey to unravel the intricate tapestry of emotions that shape our lives.
All right. Again, hello everyone. Welcome to the Emo Essence Podcast. This is our inaugural episode. We are very thrilled to have you here as we embark on this emotional odyssey of this brand new podcast.
That's right, Harold. On the show, we'll be exploring the intricate landscape of emotions, discussing how they impact our lives, relationships, and overall well-being. We believe that by understanding and embracing our emotions, we can unlock a profound sense of self-awareness and live more fulfilling lives.
Absolutely, yeah. So our goal over here is to create a safe space for open and honest conversations about emotions that bring us joy, sadness, love, anger, and everything in between, right? Together, we will navigate the complexities of the human experience.
As hosts, we bring our unique perspectives and experiences to the table. Now, Harold, tell our listeners a bit about yourself.
All right, all you listeners out there, I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready to get to know me. I am a very goofy person. Just want to say that right now. I'm very goofy. So I hope you guys get to hear me laugh, get to have some fun, because you will have some fun. But as far as me go, I'm Harold. I'm currently 26 years old. I am from Nigeria. Came to the USA when I was 13 years old. I'm practically an American at this point. Few things about me. I was born Friday the 13th. So for those of you who know the movie Friday the 13th, I was actually born on Friday the 13th. So maybe I do have a little bit evil inside of me, so to say. But I am big Green Bay Packers fan. I'm a big Lakers fan. I'm pretty much a West Coast boy for the most part. Grew up in Vegas for the most part. Currently living in Texas right now, but I'm still rocking with the West Coast. Yeah, very goofy, business major, about to graduate my MBA, so that is pretty cool. But I just somebody who just like to have fun, goof around, and just learn to have a good time, right? So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. But the more we talk about this podcast, the more episodes we do, you guys will get to know me. And don't worry, soon enough, we will be doing video podcasts too, so you guys will get to see what we look like. You get to see us on camera. We'll be doing a lot of vloggings for you guys, just to kind of see what we are. Me and Leah are as a couple, and we're just gonna take you guys on a really fun adventure. So really hope you guys enjoy this podcast, and always let us know in the comments too, whether it's your audio podcast. Just let us know. Oh, we do have a TikTok too. We will be posting a TikTok too. Just let us know, what things you would like for us to talk about, and we'll be me and Leah. We're gonna do our best to talk about those topics and just go over everything, right? So without further ado, I'll let my girlfriend here, Leah, let her tell you all about herself.
Well, if you can't tell already just by my name, I'm a pretty unique person. And I would say that I like to be goofy. I like to be chill when I am around the right people. And so I'm originally from Las Vegas. I am currently 24 years old. I am actually a graduate student. So mental health for me is just a big part of why we have started this brand. As I am a psychology major, well, I should say I majored in psychology within my undergrad, and now I'm getting my master's in marriage and family therapy. So that aspect of just embracing just who you are uniquely as an individual is very important to me, and that is a main driving factor for our brand. And I also just want to open up a space where everyone feels heard and understood here in our podcast. And so without further ado, let me bring it back to Harold.
All right. Thank you, Leaire, for that. So as she said right there, this will be a podcast surrounding mental health mostly, but we will also be talking about other fun things too that couples should know about, and how mental health can help couples, just in general. As we know, we are very big on mental health over here. So Leaire, all her life, she's dealt with anxieties, panic attacks, and everything mental health related. So I will have her discuss her journey for you in very soon. But we're very big on mental health. Me and myself included, very big on. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with even suicidal tendencies in the past. Been through so much in my life, but like she said, we just want this podcast is just for us to like open the space for people to just tell their stories, talk about their feelings, just let us know how they truly are feeling mental health wise, and what we as a couple can do to provide like tips, feedbacks, and what we're gonna do to help you guys and make sure you guys feel heard in this podcast. So together we will be diving into the various emotional themes, from exploring the power of vulnerability to discussing strategies for managing stress and anxiety. We will also bring an expert guest, hopefully soon. As the podcast grow, we will hopefully reach out to guests so we can collaborate with them, so you guys can get to hear other people too and let them tell their story too. Those guests, we can share their wisdom and experiences in providing valuable insights into the world of emotions.
That's right, Harold. We want this podcast to be an interactive experience so we can encourage our listeners to reach out to us with their questions, thoughts, and suggestions on social media or through our website. We're here to explore the topics that matter most to you.
Right. So whether you're seeking guidance, inspiration, or simply a deepened understanding of your emotions, the Emo Essence Podcast is the podcast for you. We're going to embark on this transformative journey of self-discovery. Do not be afraid to reach out to us. Again, we will post. We do have a TikTok account. We do also have an Instagram account. You can just type in Emo Essence underscore. Emo Essence underscore is our Instagram account. We'll post it in the links for you. Wherever you get your podcast. We also have a TikTok account too that you get to see more of us. We also hope you guys can connect with us over there too. We just really want to thank you. Thank you so much for joining us in this inaugural episode of this podcast. We're also going to be building a fun Emo Essence community where people can get to be themselves. People get to wear their emotions, talk their emotions, make sure that they're feeling heard. And we just, really want to build that community right there where people could get to be themselves. We just really thank you guys so much for listening to us. And before we do go, I thought we'd give a brief history about how me and Leaire met. So we met in Vegas, obviously. We met in school. We actually met on Tinder, to be specific. At the time, Tinder was doing this whole little college dating stuff where people, if you went to the same school with a certain person, you can kind of match with them. And I just kind of matched with her. And I was like, oh, wow, no. We were just like, hey, she's pretty. I just got out of a relationship at the time, but I was like, hey, we matched. I was like, she was pretty. We started to talk, and we started to talk, and I was like, man, she's fine, man. She's fine as fuck. So, we talked to each other. We got her number. I remember we had a FaceTime, right? We FaceTime each other. The FaceTime was pretty like the quality was fucked up at the time, but we kind of FaceTime each other. And honestly, we just got to know each other. I remember we went on our first date. I wouldn't really go on a date. We just kind of like went to Canes, y'all. So trust me, y'all, don't be one of those people on TikTok, Instagram was like, oh, I'm too good for Cheesecake Factory. Trust me. No, it's the thought that counts. We went to Canes, and this was in 2018. We've been together for almost 6 years now, y'all. And our technical first date was Canes.
And so, I nearly ghosted him in the beginning, so that's saying something there.
So look, listen, y'all. So don't be like, I'm too good for Cheesecake Factory. No, it's the thought that counts. Everything you do in life, take small beginning, take small steps.
Right.
And kind of build off of it. It's not about what kind of fancy restaurants it is. It's about enjoying you guys' time together. That's the most important thing. in a relationship is not the restaurant. Yeah, the restaurants are cool. Don't get me wrong. We like to go out. We like to take care of our queens, take care of our kings. But it's the thought that counts. It's the time spent together. That is the most important thing about being in a relationship, being a fun couple. It's the reason why a lot of couples who've been together for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 10 years, you ask them what's the secret is most of the answers are typically we enjoy our time together. It's not about, oh, we go to the fanciest restaurants, done that. So trust me, y'all. Don't if you see a girl like that is like, oh, Cheesecake Factory, don't listen. Like, fuck that. Like, no. It's the thought that counts. Our first date was Kane, and I remember after that, we literally walked the park. There was a park right by our house.
It's my idea.
And we just walked the park, just talking to each other, but we enjoyed our presence together, and that's what sparked our relationship, right? Then I guess you can say our first official date. Y'all, that first official date was crazy, man. Listen, we went into the arcade, right? And I remember this, man. This is crazy. This is so crazy. So, she's the one of the most beautiful woman on the planet, right? The little woman that can rival my girl is my mama and my lovely baby sister, right? This is a little woman I think that's more beautiful than her, right? So, me being the guy, sex, like, y'all, I'm a sex crazy fiend, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm sex crazy. So, me being the guy, like, okay. I just want to have sex with this girl, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if a lot of guys can relate to this. Fellas, just let me know what y'all think. I know a lot of guys can relate to this, but I remember I tried to sleep with her the first time, and my penis was just not working, bro. It just was not working. I don't know if I was being nervous. I know because I liked her too much, but my penis was just not working, bro. So, I was so determined to sleep with this girl, right? So, right before I picked her up to go to the arcade, this is a little story time by y'all. Story time right here. Right before I really got to picked her up from her house to go from the dorms. Actually, she was living in dorms at the time. When I picked her up for the dorms to go to the arcade, yo, I stopped by this store, the Hustler store. I remember this is Vegas. So Vegas is like, they got tons of stores, like sex stores right there. So I stopped by the store like, yo, can you give me this rhino pill or something like that? And I took the rhino pill an hour before I went to go pick her up. So y'all, long story short, we're riding the arcade. I don't know if you guys have been there. This arcade ride where it's kind of like you sit down, kind of like a roller coaster of sort. Do you remember the arcade, babe?
Yes.
Yeah. So I had her like sit on top of me. No, she was sitting right beside me, but the emotions alone.
Definitely a freak.
Yeah, the emotions alone just got me like crazy. And before I knew it, I was like, oh shit, I'm hard as fuck. So, long story short, we pretty much just like had sex in the park. In her car, by the way. In her car, because we used her car. Even though I had my car, but we used her car instead. But honestly, since then, yeah, we've been through our ups and downs as a couple. We've had pretty nasty fights, pretty nasty fights, right? Even not too like last year, we had a nasty fight that made us like temporarily break up because it was just, So we've been through ups and downs, but the one thing that even almost 6 years after we're still going strong is because our love for one another is there, our communication. And just making sure that we are just spending time together as a couple. Not right now. We just rented a nice house for ourselves. A couple of years back, we didn't think that was possible. But now we're growing. Like we've been through a lot. Even job wise, anxiety wise, mental health wise. But we've been each other's rocks to the point where like, now that's still helping us grow, helping us navigate. We're still navigating things together as a couple, but the reason why we're still like year growing is because we have that love for one another, and that part where we just want to spend time with one another, right? So that's just my little tidbit of how we met. But you want to tell something? You want to talk about anything else, babe?
Well, I guess also when we first met, as I was saying earlier, I almost didn't even give him a chance. And so that's also another thing when it comes to relationships. Sometimes you have to take risks because if you don't know what you're going to be missing on. You truly should just try to, of course, be your authentic self, but at the same time, that may require you to have to take those risks. And that's like what I had to do. And now here I am in this 6-year relationship where there was times where I really didn't think it was going to work, but here we are, and we're stronger and honestly better than we have ever been.
Yeah, so that's just a little, like I said, the more episodes we do, this will be a weekly episode, so we will be publishing every Sundays, wherever you get your Apple podcast, pretty much wherever you get your podcast, Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify. This is, like I said, this is the first episode, so we are getting somewhere. We all got to start, right? Like Nike's logo says, just do it, right? We just gotta just do it. But we hope to build a really fun community with you guys, talking about mental health, talking about reaching out to couples, fun couples, getting to know people, having fun guests on our shows. And very soon, don't worry, y'all, we're gonna get a nice camera. Very soon, we will be filming this podcast so that you guys can be seeing us on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. So very soon we'll get there. But for now, this is going to be audio. But don't worry, even audio too, we can still have fun too while with audio. But we just really want to thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of the Emo Essence Podcast. Until then, take care. Be kind to yourself, please. Love yourself, please. Remember, love yourself like no one ever does. Love yourself. Learn to love your skin. Be who you are. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And remember to embrace the essence of your emotions. That's it for this introduction episode. We hope you get to know us and get behind the vision behind the Emo Essence Podcast. Like I said, this will be a weekly episode, so we'll see you guys next Sunday, where we're going to talk about the impact of self-compassion and our emotional well-being. Until then, take care. Keep exploring the rib tapestry of your emotions. Babe, you wanna say something to them before we leave?
And then I just wanted to say also, I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves and just making sure that you practice self-care, because that's very important. And that also comes with loving yourself, just like Harold had mentioned, loving yourself for who you are, being in your own skin. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.
I know, babe, that you're really into quotes, mental health quote. Do you want to leave them with a nice mental health quote for the night?
Okay, well, one of those would be I don't have anything. My brain is like, right. Okay, well.
Sorry, she's just being goofy.
I don't have a quote right now.
Babes. But don't worry, this is the things you get to listen to us in our podcast. Just get to be goofy. But again, just have a good night, y'all. Thank you all so much for listening, and we hope to see you guys next Sunday. You have a good night. Thank you.